Hey everyone, welcome to the 3D Compute Manager at Strong Compute. This is a sandbox environment where you can experience what it's like to manage infrastructure on the Strong Compute platform. It launches today, so let's take a look at how it works. Everything you can see on the screen now is physical resources that you as an operations manager might control. In this example, this is a region located in Ashburn, USA, and it contains some clusters, which all contain a bunch of nodes that you can use for inference or training, or anything else you might need. They each contain a bunch of resources, in this case 8 GPUs each, and you can see the live health data as they update in this top corner. Your nodes are organized into logical spaces, which help you put into compartments all the containers and jobs that you might want to run on this platform. For this example, we have a time-cycled space here, a dedicated training space right here, and up here, we have some workstation spaces. This is where you can spin up some containers for users to hook into and run all the functions they need on the platform. Some of them do take up GPUs, but you can also make some that don't. Let's go ahead and create a new cluster. When you create a cluster, you can define the number of nodes that it has, in this case, 16, the number of GPUs per node, and the type of GPU. In this case, we're just going to go with some H100s. We hit create, and now we can see our brand new cluster with all of the unassigned nodes. We want to assign them, so let's go create some spaces. I'm going to make 2 time-cycled spaces, each with 6 nodes, like this. And for the rest of those nodes, let's chuck them in some workstation spaces, like this. In these workstation spaces, we can spin up some containers, give them a number of GPUs they need. They'll go up right there, start running, and the engineers can hook in and do what they like. Once they're doing that, you can start some jobs. When we create a job, we can choose the number of GPUs that it's going to use. In this case, let's say 32. And you can also give it a dataset that it uses that you've previously cached. Let's say Bravo dataset. We hit create, and that job's been created and allocated some resources. And you can see right up here that the status is running. You can create as many jobs as you like. As long as there are resources for it to use, they will run. But of course, if there aren't, they are just going to queue up and wait for there to be an opening. For example, if we pause this big one here, they're going to swap around. Now let's say we do really need this job to run, but we don't have any more space in this space. We need to move it somewhere else, and that can usually take a lot of time. Well, at Strong Compute, all you need to do is click and drag, and the job gets moved automatically. All the stuff it needs is moved to the new resources, and once it's done, it can start. You can even do this across clusters. We'll handle it all for you. Super duper simple, super duper easy. Now let's say you have a job that uses way more resources than you have access to. A bit of a larger job here that uses 128 GPUs, and we don't have space anywhere for it. At Strong Compute, all you need to do is hit the burst button, and we will spin up some resources somewhere else for that job to run. They'll only be up for as long as they need in order to fully complete or cancel. And as soon as they're done, or as soon as you move them somewhere else, you don't need those resources anymore, so we will simply take them down for you. Perfect. You can burst as many of these as you like, and they will each be given their own resources, which is really, really cool. So that is the 3D Compute Manager in its current state. The cool thing about this is, while this is just a sandbox, we're aiming to get this working with the live data on the Strong Compute platform. So if you're managing all the infrastructure you have with this platform, you'll be able to do it right here in the 3D interface. So stay tuned for all the updates we have coming soon.